I want to do some super chats here. First one's actually addressed to Deji that says, where's it gone? Where's it? What have I done with it? Oh, I've lost it. Have I lost it? I'm annoyed at myself. Hang on. Where's it at? Here it is. Have Spurs still got a better squad than Arsenal, Deji?
Right. I mean, like I said, I think Tottenham's bench is better than Arsenal's bench. That I'm not taking back. I think we've got a lot of quality players. You've got to understand a lot of these guys, they're playing for the first time in the Prem. Let's ask me that question after 10 games. But when I look at the players that we have and I look at Arsenal's bench, I think our bench edges Arsenal's, yes, all day long.
Okay.
By the way, Terry, to this super chat, I'll wear it for the 3 games, but I will not wear it for the North London Derby. I promise that. I'll wear any 3 games of the season, but I will not wear it for the.
We'll get it sorted. In fairness, I forgot about it. I've been so busy this summer. Cal said Jerome, that's one of our previous super chat, is right about but he'll get 1 more, maybe 2 if he's lucky. Depends on how bad the injuries get. He'll just be another coach left short under Enoch. Please tell me someone clipped Deji shaking his bum violently when Spurs scored. I'll be honest with you, what's Deji meant to do? Not celebrate his team scoring? Like, come on now. I respect my audience, but were you doing a watch along, Dej? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I did.
If anyone's doing a watch along for their own team and they score and they don't celebrate, I'm either questioning who you actually support or you're doing it for effect. You can't not celebrate when your team scores. Typically,
or your league honor.
Yeah, I mean, Lee's a different breed. Do you know what I mean? Lee is like a species by himself when it comes to the way he views Arsenal. It's beautifully unique. Hey, Deji, been waiting for Spurs to be above Arsenal since you said they would with 10 games left last season. It's been months and you're still behind us. They don't forget, they're like elephants. Hey, guys, back to remind you again, Spurs are a shit club and will forever be a shit club. Thank you. This is to Deji. It says, Deji, Spurs have a better squad than Arsenal. Get rid of the crack pipe, honestly.
Crack pipe is crazy.
Jerome, who's a Spurs fan, says, no, Deji, you cannot say there is good news when we are playing that crap. Arsenal beat easily a Wolves team that beat us twice last year. Come on, man.
Do you want me to pass comment on that?
Please. Yes, why Paul? Sorry. Yeah, go on.
What I can't understand is how Tottenham fans are imploding after game week 1. This is why I had to remind the Spurs fans, what did we do last season? We drew Brentford. We weren't happy about it. We went on a run and we were top of the league after 10 games. As for me, I hear Jacob's point. Everything Jacob said is right. Everything Staffy said was right. But I'm not going to say that the team is not good enough and can't mount a challenge. Everyone knows at the beginning of the season, you've got to learn, you've got to get your rhythm. Solanke just came in the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? Bergwijn, this is his first Premier League game. Give these brothers time to cook and we will see. Quality will always shine through. Do you know what I mean? Yes, Man United got 3 points. The point I was trying to make was they were not great. It was a fluky win, let's be real. But point taken. However, I'm still confident that my club will do something against Newcastle. I'm confident. I'm looking forward to Arsenal coming to my gaff first for once. And I actually think you'd be pleasantly surprised. Yes, today is a disappointing performance, but we didn't lose. Do you get what I'm saying? People acting like we got banged 6-0. No, we didn't. It could happen to anyone. Do you know what I mean? So for me, there was a lot more positives than people are giving Spurs credit for.
I hear you on that. Sorry, go on.
I just wanted to poke at the theory here a little bit because I agree with Deji. And honestly, when I listen to Deji as a Spurs fan, he gets me hyped about my club. But like the thing, I forgive Solanke for shooting it directly at the keeper. I forgive Solanke for some missed passes, etc. But why is he going down in the box? That's not I just got here and now I can't stand right in the box. That's a physicality thing. Like why he's getting overpowered by face, whatever his name is. That dude got dusted by Steven Bergwijn. Like, and to me,
he's
I just that we can't break that down.
Face is horrendous. I can't lie. That is true.
We can't break. That's what worries me because I mean, Odegaard, the young French guy, I can't wait for him to come in because I guarantee he's going to be better at the right wing than Brennan Johnson has not improved. That is a worry for me. But that is a name that I feel like Postecoglou is tied to himself, so he almost forced his hand into starting him. My fear is that we just continue to do this, and then we like. It felt like a last minute winner was happening, which is all that we did last season versus Sheffield, versus the bottom of the barrel teams. That's my problem. If this was versus Liverpool, if this was versus Chelsea, United, any of the, you would say top 8 that are supposed to finish in the top 8, I would have been like, okay, 1-1 draw, that's fine. But it's Leicester. They just came up. They got rid of their manager left them. They brought in Steve Goof Troop Coofer, whatever his name is, the dude who scares apples when he walks into supermarkets. That's the guy they kept cutting to. Look at him. Look, he's directing the tactician. He's like, oh, you're here. Bro, I could not get away from Steve Cooper on my TV, and that's a problem.
I'll be honest with you.
That.
I do get it. I mean, this can be such a tight season this year, where every single point matters, maybe more than it's ever mattered before. If all these teams are up fighting for these European spots and everything else, when you're playing the teams that are in that bottom 3, bottom 4, bottom 5, and I think Leicester will be, you've got to be striving for maximum 6 points. We're going to go back to Super Chats in a minute. Hussam, what did you make of the game today, brother?
I mean, I'm listening to what Jacob said and stuff, and I agree with him as well. Look, it's not even Deji. Here's the thing: you're right. It's the first game of the season, but it's never about the first game of the season. It's about the signs. I said the same thing about Man United. I said the same thing about my club. We won 2-0, but I still wasn't happy. So it's about the signs. It's not necessarily even about the results right now. What can you see about Tottenham Hotspur? And I think Tottenham Hotspur's forward line, Solanke alone will not fix it. You need a bit more. You need something extra, even more than Solanke a little bit. Kulusevski is not as fast as Brennan Johnson. He's not as rapid as him. Maybe on the counter-attack, he'll be a lot slower, but he's definitely a better passer than Brennan Johnson in terms of creativity. Maybe a cross here, a pass there. So maybe that would have been a bit more helpful. But I think, look, the fact that it was at Leicester, once again, Jacob is 100% right. They just changed their manager from Enzo Maresca, who plays possession-style football, to someone completely 180 degrees opposite, who literally like almost got Forest relegated, got sacked last season. So it's not even like an unbelievable manager. I mean, we literally have Leicester fans in the chat as well, and they themselves are shitting themselves about this whole season, thinking they're going to go down. So Leicester aren't really a team to be reckoned with. I mean, if I asked everyone on the panel, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but most people, I'd say 99% of the people have Leicester going down. So that's not a football club that you should be intimidated going to their stadium and playing. And the thing is with Spurs today, and I think this has to be their biggest worry for this season. And like, this is, speaking of signs, this is one of the signs that I'm looking at when it comes to this game. Spurs are playing the game in moments. They're not playing the game in a 90-minute scenario. They're not actually going and going and going and going. Spurs will give you 7 minutes, 8 minutes of, we're going to create. And then all of a sudden it just dies off. And then they die off for 7-8 minutes, and suddenly Leicester start waking up, building up momentum, and then Spurs go again for 5-6 minutes, but then Leicester get momentum again for 5-6 minutes. Now, if this was happening, if you're away at Anfield, if you're away at the Emirates, if you're away at the Etihad, and you get 5 minutes, they get 5 minutes, fair enough. But when you're playing Leicester, you should expect to be dominant. And I think that's where Spurs have left themselves short today. And playing in moments doesn't help you win in a league scenario specifically, because you have to do it consistently over a long period of time. And the reason why the first week even matters even more for you guys, because you got Europa League football. Europa League football means you play on Thursday nights, meaning you have extra days to play football now, in which you're going to play, and then 2 days later you have another Premier League game. So while the whole team is fresh and the whole squad is fresh, you should be getting the points. Because what if you lose out on top 4 with 2 points? Then suddenly this Leicester game is important, So for me, I'm looking more at the signs more than anything else. And there's someone in the chat, that Kai, who's obviously a long-time supporter of the Terrace, he was even in my chat earlier. There's a reason why I predicted Spurs to come 9th. It has nothing to do with Ainge or the manager or any of this stuff. It's quite literally the ownership. Because the ownership at Spurs has shown everyone their true colors 500 times. Why? How do I know this? I'm a Liverpool fan. I have nothing to do with Spurs. They're not my rival. But the ownership has not allowed any manager to thrive at Tottenham Hotspur. Enoch, Levy, whoever it is, these guys have not allowed anyone to thrive. Now, you're going into a season. Last year, you played 1 game a week. This season, you've got Europa League football. You need, by definition, you've got to go into the season with a much stronger squad, with a much stronger team, with something completely different. Solanke is the prime example. Now, I know he didn't have a good game today, but Solanke is a massive upgrade on Richarlison or whoever they played up front. Like, he's a massive upgrade on all these players. But Bergvall is an upgrade, and the other, and Archie Gray as well. Once again, potential kids. You know, what is Archie Gray going to do for you in the short term? He might become
Bergvall
something
on the ball
long-term.
today was better than Bentancur or Sarr on the ball.
I hear it, but the
It's
same thing with
consistency,
Bergvall as well.
Jacob.
He's short term, he's just potential. So, like, if Spurs were a serious football club and wanted to win and wanted to proceed, and actually, because here's the thing, listen, me and the Spurs fan base got into a lot of shit last season because mostly people like Jacob were shameless at the start of last year and other Spurs fans.
I was
But
enjoying myself.
overall, listen, I've got no problem with Spurs. The truth of the matter is, you look at Ainge and you look at this team, and you could see the signs last season that they could be building something special. Now, with all due respect, building something special is not let me go add Werner, Bergvall, and Archie Gray. Solanke, I hear, but they need more of that. They need more players who are Premier League proven, really good players who could improve the team, who could improve the squad right now, so you could actually start competing and winning and becoming better. So for me, it has nothing to do with first game of the season. I'm just looking at the bigger signs. That's what
Why are
I'd
we
say.
settling for Solanke? Like, I don't understand. Like, as for me and my perspective watching, I don't understand why we're settling for a player at the level of Solanke. And it's no disrespect to Solanke. Like, I genuinely believe that we made a complete mistake. And it's not, I have nothing against Solanke. I am completely against the ownership and the fact that we don't have the balls to make a statement signing and go out.
No,
and
that's
sign
fine. We
him.
we broke
Why
our
can't we
record
just
though,
not-
so we can't say that's not a statement signing. We spent the
who's the
most
last
money
guy-
on a player we've ever
who's the last
spent,
guy?
and I
No,
understand
who's the last guy we
Solanke's
broke
not
the
like the
record
name.
with?
What
Who's the
I
last guy
just
we
want to
broke the
ask
record
you,
with? Who's the last guy
Tanguy
we broke the
Ndombele.
record? No.
Tanguy Ndombele.
Richarlison.
Yeah, but you hang
Tanguy
on a
Ndombele.